What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. And this week is the new film Destination Wedding, which stars Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. Now they've worked together a couple times before. This is like another reteaming of them too. Now Keanu Reeves, this guy's been around for a while. I mean, he's a really darn good actor. He's a really good action star. I really like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, he has some flaws and all, but he has been in some really darn good flicks that I've loved. So with that being said, here are my top 10 favorite Keanu Reeves movies. Coming in at number 10 is this 2006 animated crime film he did called Scanner Darkly. It's actually directed by Richard Linklater and it's based on the novel by Philip K. Dick. This movie is such an underrated gem. It's probably Richard Linklater's most underrated film, in my opinion. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, the animation style is awesome. I really he Richard Linklater did another film like with the same animation style. Crap, I forgot the name. I like that movie too. Crap, what was that name? The other film they did with the same animation style. Crap, I like that movie too. Oh yeah, Waking Life. Why did that freeze up on Waking Life? Anyway, but yeah, Scanner Darkly is really darn cool. It has a pretty good voice cast too. You have people like Robert Downey Jr. Let's see, Winona Ryder, who's of course in Destination Wedding. There's also Woody Harrelson is in this. You guys haven't seen this movie for a while, but when I first saw it, I really remember enjoying it. You know, the voice cast in this was cool. Like, I mean, if you haven't had a chance to check out Scanner Darkly, give it a go. It's a really good love movie. At number 9, it's more of a guilty pleasure of mine. I simply adored this movie when I first saw it, and that is Knock Knock. All right, I don't really talk about much like synopsis in my top tens, but I gotta tell you the synopsis for Knock Knock. It's pretty much about like a dad who's at home and pretty much alone, and like these two gorgeous females, pretty much, go to his house and well, they're pretty crazy. I'll put it that way. They go to his house. Because they're like their car broke down and Keanu Reeves pretty much makes love with both of them, and so they pretty much tie him up and have like a little fun with him. It's crazy. Like, I mean, crazy. This is probably one of Keanu Reeves' most craziest films he's ever done. This film is directed by Eli Roth, and it also had the likes of Lorenza Izzo and Ana de Armas, who were both terrific in this, and they both were freaking creepy. Like, they were nuts in this movie. I mean, the stuff that happens in this film. I mean, I feel sorry for poor Keanu Reeves. On one hand, his character was kind of really stupid, like literally really dumb in here. But on the other hand, you couldn't help feel sorry for the poor guy. But if you want to have a nice little Keanu Reeves thriller to check out, give Knock Knock a go. It's seriously one of the most nuttiest movies I've seen, and the twist is literally weird, odd. But yeah, give Knock Knock a go. It's awesome. At number 8 is Constantine, which is of course based on the comics, and of course there's like a TV show Constantine that premiered. Constantine's of course now on Legends of Tomorrow, but this is the movie Constantine, and Keanu Reeves is awesome in this. You also had likes of Rachel Weisz, Shia LaBeouf. Good cast surrounding Reeves. I don't know. This film also is slightly underrated. I don't really hear. I guess there are people who talks about, it, but I don't really hear people talk about it as much. But I still really wish they went ahead and did a sequel to this because this Keanu Reeves' Constantine was really fun. At number 7 will be Francis Ford Coppola's 1992 film Dracula, which is of course pretty much the title is more Bram Stoker's Dracula, of course based on the Bram Stoker tale. And Winona Ryder is also in this movie. You also had the likes of Carrie Ellis. Um, Anthony Hopkins was in this one. Gary Oldman pretty much played Dracula. Gary Oldman was a good Dracula. Like I really dug his take on the role of Dracula. This movie was really darn creepy, and yeah, Bram Stoker's Dracula, with Gary Oldman is really darn cool. At number six is the football movie The Replacements, which of course starred Keanu Reeves as a football player and Gene Hackman as the coach. This is a really good inspirational football flick. I mean, Keanu Reeves was good. Gene Hackman was at the top of his game. Such a good little football flick that I think you'll probably be down to watch down the line, especially if you're like a football guy. Even if you're not a football fan, I think you'll probably appreciate this movie. Anyway, at number 5 is Point Break. Of course, it's the classic heist movie with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Of course, Fast and Furious is technically kind of a ripoff of Point Break. And they also had a remake, but we don't talk about that because that remake was not good. But the original Point Break is fun. It was directed by Catherine Bigelow way before she did stuff like Zero Dark Thirty, Detroit, and The Hurt Locker. This was a cool robbery movie. It was pure '90s action. This you could tell this is a '90s action flick because it's really awesome. It came out in 1991, and I think it also still holds up today. It's enjoyable to watch. And of course, Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves had good chemistry together. They've worked together before too on that movie Youngblood, the hockey film. So they had a really good friendship back in the days. At number 4 is another '90s action film starring Keanu Reeves, and that is Speed, which is pretty much Die Hard on a bus. That's pretty much Die Hard on a bus. It was an action movie that starred Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper was in this. Dennis Hopper was awesome in this flick. Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves both worked really darn well together on Speed. Like Point Break, this is also pure '90s action film. Like you could also tell this is a '90s action flick. It's so darn fun. It's pretty dumb at times, but it embraces the dumbness. And of course, there was a sequel that got released after this. That's one we don't talk about because it really sucks. But the first Speed is awesome. I hope one of these days Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock can get together and do like a third Speed. I'll be down to see those two reteam for another Speed movie. All right, now at number 3 is The Matrix. Of course, Keanu Reeves. You have Keanu Reeves as Neo. Lawrence Fishburne as Morbius. The Matrix is a really fun flick. This also came out in the '90s, and this is also pure '90s sci-fi action flick. There's also sequels that came after, but they weren't as good as the first Matrix. You also like the special. I love the special effects in this, and some of the stunts that they done in this one was really crazy. It was also directed by the Wachowski siblings, who used to have been called the Wachowski's brothers, but now they're just called the Wachowski's siblings, I guess now. But because they kind of had like sex change or something. But all right, back to the Matrix. The Matrix is a really awesome flick. You know, it's really fun. You know, it's seriously a film that lots of people still talk about to this day. You know, came out in 1999, and the movie turns 20 next year, and people still talk about it. You know, there's like another Matrix movie that's been talked about. You know, I'll be down to see another Matrix because the Matrix, well, mainly the first one, is pure funness. So yeah, the Matrix just rocks. All right, number two will be the John Wick movies. Now I couldn't really decide which one I like better between part one and part two, so I just slipped both of them in part two. I I love the John Wick movies. Like I remember when the first John Wick came out. To be honest, I thought it was just gonna be straight like a stupid straight to DVD action film. Kind of like how Bruce Willis does it. I literally thought it was gonna be that, but no, they actually released the movie in theaters, and we didn't even get a trailer till like the first John Wick. We didn't get a trailer till like September, the month before the movie opened, and John Wick ended up being a pleasant surprise. It was a whole lot of fun. This proves you don't mess around with someone's dog. No, someone shoots a dog, you just go after them. No question answer. You just kick ass if someone kills your dog. And of course, there's part two where he has a new dog. This time they don't kill the dog because they know better now. Because you don't kill someone's dog and anymore. But I simply love the John Wick movies. They are pure funness. You know, they're so much fun. Like they're fun to watch. They're really violent. And of course, the directors of the John Wick movies are awesome. One of them recently directed Deadpool 2, and also I'm glad to see the directors of John Wick getting more work done because they are awesome directors. And I literally cannot wait for Part 3, which comes out next May. Yeah, I mean, this if Part 3 comes out and ends up being even awesome than Part 1 and Part 2, I'm gonna slip. I'm gonna literally add the John Wick movies in my top 10 favorite action movie franchise. Like that could be considered as one of the best action franchises out there. So yeah, I can't wait for John Wick 3. Love the other ones. I'm down for more John Wick movies. This could be. They're also doing like a TV show, set in the universe. I'm down to see anything set in the John Wick universe. I still want like some spin-off featuring the hotel because that hotel is awesome. But yeah, John Wick movies, they're really awesome too. If you still haven't seen them, they're probably on Netflix or whatever. Check them out. They are cool to watch. And at number one, the best Keanu Reeves movie, in my opinion, is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's right, the classic '80s, best friend time travel film, Bill and Ted. You have Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter pretty much going back in time. It, the, the Bill and Ted movies are really fun. I mean, they're not as good time travel movies as, let's say, Back to the Future was, but they are pretty funny. I also can't wait to see if they ever make part 3. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but we'll see. I mean, also, Keanu Reeves had good chemistry with Alex Winter. Like, their buddy chemistry is seriously sells this movie. I mean, the film also has a pretty good supporting cast to back it up. I mean, you got George Carlin, you got Terry Kilmary as Napoleon. Also, other characters that are featured in this includes Joan of Arc, Abraham Lincoln, Beethoven. Pretty much lots of people from history are featured in this movie, and it's really cool. I also like the sequel. I mean, it's not as good as the first Bill and Ted, but it's still pretty enjoyable. I mean, this was like the Dumb and Dumber of the '80s. I mean, you know, it's definitely really not funny because pretty much Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter are pretty much both dummies in this, and they really play the roles well. I mean, if you still haven't seen the Bill and Ted movies, give them a go. They are just classics. And I like I said, I hope Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter, moves ahead with that third Bill and Ted movie because I'm down to see more adventures with these guys. Anyway, that's my list of the top 10 Keanu Reeves movies. Let me run down the list. Number 10, A Scanner Darkly. Number 9, Knock Knock. Number 8, Constantine. Number 7, Dracula. Number 6, The Replacements. Number 5, Point Break. Number 4, Speed. Number 3, The Matrix. Number 2, the John Wick movies. And number 1, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's a whole lot of other ones I could have gone with. And I could probably go with Devil's Advocate. Could have gone with another Sandra Bullock and John Reese movie, The Lake House. That was pretty good. He did this movie called Generation I could have added that one. He has a good list of films. I could have also added maybe Parenthood. Yeah, his filmography is wonderful. Well, not well. I mean, he does have some crap fesses. I'm not gonna lie, like that. Like that one action film he did back in 2013. Great, can't remember. That's kind of probably how bad it was. I can't remember if they got that movie. I know it was I think it was called 49 something. I know I had a number in it. 47 Ronin. I was close. He also did Day the Earth Stood Still, which I admit was decent. It wasn't great, but it was alright. He did a film called Dumpsuckers. That I could have added. Pretty much, he's done a lot in the past. But anyway, back to you guys. What would be your top 10 favorite Keanu Reeves movies? Leave a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.